Hello, everyone. Welcome back again. My name's Cureton, senior journalist from XR Today, bringing you the latest and greatest from the VR, AR, and XR industry. Today, we're going to be exploring the XR Trends series, exploring the business implications of interconnectivity in the metaverse. And for today's guest, we're going to have on Peter Vindevogel. He is the chief executive of the Park Playground. And it's a pleasure to have you on, Peter. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure is mine.
All right, excellent. So, I wanted to say I did actually come across the Park Playground in Birmingham one time. I was by the Gas Street Basin, and that's where the new place was opening up. So, how do you feel about that?
I'm happy actually that you already came across it. Did you play it?
I didn't get the chance to play it, but I wanted to
Oh,
go in really, really badly to check it out.
such a pity because it's obviously always the biggest challenge that we have, explaining people how immersive our experiences are if they haven't experienced them themselves. Right? The power obviously is in the experience and in the power of VR and AR. And yeah, you're right. We actually just opened the venue in Birmingham. It's brand new. It's only 1 month old. It's in Brindley Place, which is a fantastic place to be in Birmingham. It's along the canal. A lot of nice pubs and restaurants over there. There's obviously the event center, the conference center. So it's a great place to be, and we've got a lot of people just like you, just passing by there because they need to attend an event or they're going for a pub, and then discovering the beauty of virtual reality.
Absolutely. Yeah, next time I know I'm in Brum, I'm definitely going to check out the place. So,
Please, yeah, you'll be our guest.
okay, brilliant. And speaking of which, we're going to actually dig right into the conversation and go for the first topic, which we're talking about the vision for a Park Playground as an enterprise. How did you create this? And where did you begin your market research into the XR entertainment industry?
Well, I'm personally, I'm a bit of an entertainment veteran. I've been in the video entertainment industry for quite a while. Done a lot of classical entertainment, film series. I was head of a streaming service here in Belgium, and the park actually came. From a track where we heavily thought about what do we think is the future of entertainment. And some of the elements that came across our thinking process was that we truly believed that the future of entertainment is around experiences. That's obviously quite broad. We said we wanted to change something in the way experiences are developed, and we thought, and I'm now talking 2018. The word metaverse didn't exist yet, but we said we really think that the world, the digital and the real worlds, are going to get interconnected much more than they are today. And that's where we wanted to create a new form of entertainment with as core principle that we want to connect people. So, because we truly believe that the real power of entertainment is in connection. And often, when people talk about digital, they think about disconnection. They think about people being lonely. Some people watching movies in their house alone or playing games in their house alone. But the true power of entertainment is in connection, and that's why what we have created is a form of entertainment that is truly connecting people through amazing immersive experiences. That's what we do. And that's why, obviously, the core of what we do at the park is that you always need to come to us in a group. You cannot come to the park alone. Well, you can, but we will put you in a group with other people then. Because our experiences are made to make connections between people and to form a group or to have this great interaction during and absolutely also after the experience, where people start talking about the virtual world where they just were at, and they were the only ones that were there at that moment, and that saw happening what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And me being a big gamer myself, these types of facilities, these types of companies are springing up all over the place. And I noticed that, along with Park Playground, there's the Sandbox, there's others that have been showing up in many different parts of the world. And it's kind of reinventing the gaming arcade or the gaming center. So I like how this is becoming a new trend, a new way
Yeah,
to kind of
well,
scale that up.
And to be honest, I would put it even broader than that. It's between reinventing the game arcade and reinventing the entertainments and the cinema industry. Because what we thought was very important when we created this is that the obviously people that are gamers are super welcome at the park and they love what we do, but we as of day one we started creating experiences that can talk to everyone, and where both a kid of 7 and his grandmother of 77 can have a good time without ever having being gamers, right? So that's why I say it's a bit, for me, it's a bit between the gaming arcade and the cinema, because we want to be as broad as the cinema, and we also want to cater for and bring experiences and stories that are as broad as the ones that you can have in the cinema. Maybe at a certain point we'll have a Barbie and an Oppenheimer experience. Who knows?
Yeah, looking forward to those too, definitely. Cool. Yeah, we'll look into the business aspects of it. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the potential for revenues. Now, what is prompting the growth of this industries, like we just discussed?
Well, in general, there's a lot of figures, obviously, but in general, everyone sees the gaming industry significantly growing. Some people talk about doubling, tripling by 2030. The adoption of VR is happening. 20 million Meta Quests were sold, and obviously now Apple is entering in the space. And for me, and that is probably a very big prompt. What Apple did was not just bringing a new headset. What for me the most important aspect of what they did is that they said that we're entering a new era, right? We're entering the era of spatial computing, and they're delivering a set of tools that open a whole new bunch of possibilities for developers and for creators to start developing that era of spatial computing. And that, according to me, is the most important aspect of what has happened with Apple, and probably also one of the biggest prompts that we will see in the industry, because it will create a whole bunch of new gaming and entertainment possibilities that we simply couldn't think about in the past.
Definitely. And there's so many technologies behind those things, that are quite unique that I've seen, some of the things like markerless technologies or, hand and eye tracking and, new ways to interact with gaming experiences. So there's a lot of potential for this type of stuff. I was going to
Absolutely.
ask you a little bit about some of those specific technologies that the Park Playground uses. And how do you create these lifelike experiences in sandbox environments?
Yeah. Well, there's always a search for a good balance between use of technologies and adding new types of technologies that also give you new experiences, and balancing that out versus user experience, right? And the liberty to have these great interactions with your group of friends. And we are one of those companies, and you probably also experienced that some years ago. In the beginning days of what we do, people had to put on a backpack because there was a computer in the backpack, and the computer was actually the engine that was powering the headset in reality. One of the major aspects that we have been working on very thoroughly is that we wanted to free up our customers. We wanted to free them from those backpacks, from that heavy weighting, and that's why since 2-3 years we've been working towards full mobile developments that we have now in all our venue, which means that everything that happens of an experience at the park is fully on those mobile devices. So that setup has significantly changed. It makes the freedom of experience much bigger. And it obviously also gives us the opportunity to further enhance the experience with other add-ons that we do. And there we make conscious choices. So we're not gonna wire you up with all types of tracking just because of the technology or just because of the tracking. We're doing it when we can add real value to the experience. To give you an example, our latest experience, Don't Scream, has a very active voice tracking that is implemented because, well, the name says it itself. One of the goals of Don't Scream is that it's an escape room in a haunted house environment, and one of the goals of it is that you can't scream. The more you scream, the less your points go. And to do that, we've implemented a feedback loop that tracks the screaming of the consumer and puts it back into data, into the points of the player. So that's a good example of a good interaction of technology and real sentiments of our customers. And to be honest, my dream is that at a certain moment we would be tracking your heart rate when you're playing in one of our games, and we would convert that into smart data that either increase or decrease your points or whatever we could do with it in the gameplay.
Yeah, those are incredible technologies, and I like how it includes a lot of those biometrics into the gaming experience to make it as lifelike as possible. So I'm excited to see what Playground and others are going to actually implement into that. Because I think there's a really good chance for people to actually be a part of these kind of cinematic experiences where people are like united with the creative content that's on those.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it seems like such a big major thing to kind of create, are there any kind of challenges to developing these type of experiences? Anything dealing with latency or headset motion sickness or anything?
Motion sickness is certainly something that is always a question mark when you develop virtual reality experiences. I think everyone in the industry knows that. Because of the nature of location-based entertainment, where people in our kind of experiences, they freely walk around in the space and they are in full control of what they are doing and what they are experiencing, the risk of motion sickness goes lower. Right? Typically, when do people get motion sickness? That is when, for example, they push on a button in a certain game and they're flying, and then obviously you're like you're not in control anymore, or you think you're flying. You're not in control anymore of your movements, and then that's where motion sickness can be a challenge. Latency is not such a challenge today, because obviously we compute a lot of what we're doing on the headsets and then relay it immediately to the server. That is a real-time connection with zero latency and enables a very natural feel. And we've been, but it sometimes limits the graphical possibilities of the games in a free roam environment like we have it. So there's a balance we need to take between being able to deliver a real cool real life experience with a group on mobile devices versus sometimes the quality of the graphics. The more those go up, obviously, so that's the typical balance that we need to discuss with our developers. Okay, how high can we go in the quality of the development, ensuring a zero latency good experience, right? We have been doing some tests when it comes to remote gaming and teams playing against each other on different locations. And we were able to do that. So we have an experience which is called NanoClash. You could compare it with paintball in virtual reality. So one team plays against another team. It's a real cool experience. And people play it on two fields. So most of the time they play it in one venue, but we can actually also play it in different venues. So you could be, for example, playing in Birmingham. I could be playing in Amsterdam, and we could be playing our both teams against each other. That's perfectly possible. And actually, the cool thing that we've experimented with the guys of Vodafone is that we also already did this in 5G. So they obviously wanted to demonstrate the possibilities of 5G networks, and we had a test where we did a gaming of two teams in the Netherlands. It was one in the north of the Netherlands, one in the south, and they perfectly played against each other in a virtual world, being on two locations over 5G.
Yeah, and I remember like even back in the days of playing like on the Xbox or the PlayStation, you had the chance to dial in and speak to your favorite person and play games with them. Now it's going to take it all to the next level,
Hmm.
with VR gaming. So I'm excited to see what kind of collaboration they're going to be able to do like this, and how they can connect all the different VR centers so that people can play games with each other no matter what. Partner up with different people across the world, zero latency, and be able to deliver those experiences, because I think that will really get the world, even smaller and smaller than it is now with connectivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, great, great. I wanted to ask you, I guess, one more question if we got time for it. So we talk a little bit about the future of XR gaming. So what do you kind of expect for this to happen in the future of XR gaming and the industrial or enterprise metaverse? Do you think that there'll be new things like smaller form factors, higher 5G or 6G? Are there ways that people can include artificial intelligence and so on? Will these become important to these types of systems in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing about our industry is that there is no lack of opportunities. It's more choosing the right opportunity rather than having to search for opportunities, right? And it's what you just said. There's different domains that will evolve very heavily and that will have good influences on what we're doing. There's first of all, obviously, the form factors. The devices are still quite expensive and quite heavy, and that will only go better. They will become stronger, they will become lighter, and they will become more less expensive. Yeah. And we will evolve to a world. I don't know if it's 5 years or 10 years, but will evolve to a world where we will be just wearing glasses or lenses or maybe touching our smartwatch and having like the screen that you and I are watching at this moment. We won't be watching at a screen anymore because it will be on our glasses or it will be just popping out our watch. That is certainly that's what people call today the metaverse, but that is what will be happening, right? And that will obviously also make our experience, our XR experience, and our XR gaming possibilities much bigger because, again, we will be increasing that level of customer experience and that level of freedom that our customers will have to do that gaming. Combine that with the beautiful worlds of high-speed 5G, creating that interconnectivity, and we will be releasing the limits also of, or the boundaries also of a location, right? So we will get possibilities to bring our experiences to much more places. Something that has already significantly increased will only get better through better form factors and better connectivity. And then obviously the factor artificial intelligence, we are actually already working with a lot of artificial intelligence today, and it's only going to get more impressive. Big parts of graphical environments can already be created by artificial intelligence. Our game performance is consistently updated and, or first of all, tracked and then updated through artificial intelligence. We are now working on a project where also customers will have impact on the game thanks to artificial intelligence. I can't tell you a lot about it. It's a little bit of a secret. It is a cool project, but you will be given if you come to play the experience. You will be doing some stuff with artificial intelligence, and you will see the effect in the game. So yeah, I'm very excited actually about what's possible in the future with the combination of those technologies. And again, it's only going to make the world of the future of entertainment even more exciting than it already is today.
Brilliant, fascinating discussion there. Thanks so much for your time. It's been a pleasure, and definitely we'll see. Hopefully when I make my next trip up to Brum, I'll be able to get the first-hand experience for it.
Absolutely, cool. I hope to see you around.
Okay, lovely, lovely.
Yes.
So once again, everyone, we've been speaking to Peter Vindevogel. And once again, my name is Damon Cureton, Senior Journalist for XR Today. And we are doing our latest discussion for the XR Trend series, exploring the business implications of interconnectivity in the metaverse. Thanks so much for attending. If you like more conversations like this, please join us at the XR News hashtag. You can also join our conversations on Twitter and LinkedIn. Until next time, Okay, everyone, have a great day.